There ain't no problem big enough that I can't make it worse. Ain't no whiskey of any proof that I cannot outburn. You can say, hey, go to hell, but it done had its turn. Any place, anywhere out there that's been cursed, I've been there first. I showed up when it was a peaceful little town. A couple weeks and then the troubles tracked me down. And by the time the sheriff finally read me out, there were only ashes left across the ground. There ain't no problem big enough that I can't make it worse. Ain't no whiskey of any proof that I cannot outburn. You can say, hey, go to hell, but it done had its turn. Any place, anywhere out there that's been cursed, I've been there first. I crossed the country in a stolen pickup truck. Made it to Bama when the sirens were catching up. Got 32 in pursuit until they crashed. The tanker flipped and filled the road with gas. I'm the match. There ain't no problem big enough that I can't make it worse. Ain't no whiskey of any proof that I cannot outburn. You can say, hey, go to hell, but it done had its turn. Any place, anywhere out there that's been cursed, I've been there first. I've been there first. Oh, I've been there first. The future looks dark, dark, darker. Started at the bottom, now I'm underwater. Cause there ain't no rest, try and catch your breath. Cause you ain't seen nothing yet. There ain't no problem big enough that I can't make it worse. Ain't no whiskey of any proof that I cannot outburn. You can say, hey, go to hell, but it done had its turn. Any place, anywhere out there that's been cursed, I've been there first. I've been there first. I've been out there on the open road, a million miles and I haven't slowed. I'm burning rubber, racing the thunder. Worn out suitcase and an old guitar. Restless mind, I've got a rebel heart, call me a runner. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever make it back to where I've been. I know my mama always said that if you lean on the ones that you love, you will find your way home. And even with a soul that's been out on the run, you will find your way home. And I'll be ready for you. And I'll be ready for you. In every town I'm searching for a sign, chasing shadows while I walk that line. I gotta wander, Oh, just keep your eyes on the stars above, and you'll never be alone. I'll be ready for you. Yeah, I'll be ready for you. No matter where you're going. Give it to me, give it to me.
How big my breakthrough is about to be.
All right, guys, we're a couple minutes early, and that's okay. We will still let everybody like get working in here. I'm not going to start the training until like 10 officially, but let's talk about why, right? Why am I trying something new? Why am I using some weird app that none of us have ever heard of before? Well, here's some background, right? If you guys had to take a guess or think about what is probably the most difficult thing for most people to do in the business outside of passing the test, right? Like, I mean, let's be real. Like, what's the hardest thing for people to actually like get out of their comfort zone and do in the beginning? If you had, I mean, just throw it in the Zoom chat. What do you think? Take a guess. Yeah, make an appointment, right? Talk to people, make a phone call. What the heck do I even say? I haven't made a phone call in years. I just text people. Sound familiar? Right? For most people, that's the reality. And that's okay, right? That's okay. It's normal, right? It's normal. So, all right, it's 10 officially. So look, I don't call Super Saturdays very often, right? And the fact that there's 14 of us on a Saturday morning, like that's a testament. That's pretty damn cool because we usually are only getting like 20 people on like a Thursday meeting, which is like a standing thing. So you guys are up at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. That's pretty baller, right? And so the reason I'm doing this is because just so you guys kind of understand like the organizational structure, right? You're in my base shop. That's what Primerica calls a brokerage, right? So you're in my base shop. We are direct to Andy and Brittany Onstead. They're our national sales directors. They're our $1 million earner, like upline, if you want to think of it that way. And then two levels above them is a guy named Mario Arizon. Okay. So Mario and his wife Franny have been in the business for 2 decades, but he's only 40, 39. He'll be 40 this year. Mario was the youngest $1 million earner ever in Primerica history and still is, right? To this day. He came in the business at 18, and when he was 27, became $1 million earner, meaning he had made $1 million in a 12-month cycle, rolling 12. Okay. We are part of his overall organization, and that's where this app came from. All right. This app came from another regional vice president in the hierarchy. His name's Emmanuel, super smart dude. He has a computer programming background. They, in person on Saturdays, would get everybody in the office, do some training, and then they would do what was called a phone blitz. Okay. Now, what would they do? They would take either 30 minutes or an hour. They would put everybody's name on a whiteboard. It's competition. It's like a frenzy. And they pick up the phone and start dialing. And then every time you set an appointment, you got a check mark, right? And so there's competition. It's fun. Now, a lot of brokerages and base shops have moved to like a remote setting because we can have people all over the country. Like, do me a favor real quick. Everybody right now, put in the Zoom chat what state you're in. And you're going to see pretty quickly that not that many of us are close, right? Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, three different states already, Michigan, right? I'm in Florida, five, South Carolina, six. Think about it, guys. Indiana, Matt, seven different states, Arizona, Kyle, eight different states, and there's only 17 people on the call. That's crazy, right? If we weren't remote, we wouldn't have access to all of these people, and you probably wouldn't be in the business. So the fact that we're remote is pretty cool, right? So back to the idea of taking the office phone blitz, making it fun, making it a game, but also giving it to you as a tool for free. Because one, access matters, right? And then two, being able to use it and have it actually mean something is pretty cool. The other thing that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to appointment setting is one, practicing the like actual just script, right? A lot of people have a problem practicing the script. They don't want to. It's just they're not comfortable with it, right?
What you want that?
Who was that? All right, I got you, Julia. Don't worry. And then so they just kind of don't, right? It's awkward if you're practicing in front of a mirror. You don't want to look silly in front of somebody. Well, I promise you, if you're not willing to look silly in front of somebody, even in front of yourself, the odds of you actually getting good at setting an appointment become very difficult. All right. So in comes this new tool. I sat down with Emmanuel 2 days ago, and he kind of walked me through some basics for about 20 minutes. But he said, dude, just get in and play with it and have your people try it out. And so I said, cool. All right, we're going to do it on Saturday. And so let me pull it up. Most of you guys, I hope you created an account. Now you can do it on your phone. You can do it on your desktop, on your computer. So pretty cool because you've got it in both places, right? Right now, this is the free version, so I can't make us as like a team in here to be able to do like a group blitz. That's okay. I ain't worried about that, right? But just some overall like stuff for right now, right? Let me turn on my arrow pointer here. Once you come in, right, you'll see a dashboard. This is the dashboard where you can kind of make it fun. Okay, you can play around with the leaderboard, right? Like right now, right? Jackie Potter is in number one. She's made 65 dials. Now, I don't know if Jackie has set 65 appointments, right? I doubt it. She may have, but I doubt it, right? But that the point is, if she hadn't made 65 dials, she wouldn't have set any appointments, right? And so I'm gonna walk you through this. Like when you get started, I think it asks you like reason or something as far as you set it up. Like it doesn't matter what you say. Like I put MDE, right? $1 million earner. It doesn't matter what you say. It's just that's your why, and you can change it, I'm sure, right? But the dashboard, right, has like a weekly league. If you make a call, you get on the board, right? If you don't make a call, you ain't on the board, right? Now, when you click Blitz, this is sort of like your homepage, right? You've got a playbook over here. It'll walk you through the script so you can start playing with these before you even uh, get on the phone with somebody, right? And then there's different versions of the scripts as well, because a lot of us are in different levels or positions within, our primary journey. All right. So field training one and two, see what I do. Oh, God bless. See what I do, promotion, pre-called introduction, Indeed script, right? I'll think about it. This is like a follow-up, 90-day follow-up as an agent, and then existing clients. So for those of you that are brand new, right, it's probably not going to be any of these down here. You're mostly going to be in this field training version one or two. All right. So let's just stay on field training version one, right? And here's what happens. Here's what happens, right? You get on the phone and you call somebody, right? And I'll walk through one live so you can kind of see what happens, right? But look, here you go. Here's your script. Hey, Eric, it's Noah. How are you? Awesome, man. How's the family doing? Great, awesome. Hey, listen, I'm calling because I'm working on getting some financial licenses and I'm going through a training program. I have to learn how to give in presentations, so I wanted to see if you could help with that, right? Somebody says yes, go to the next script. Boom, click the purple one, blue. I don't know, like maybe I'm colorblind. It kind of looks purplish to me, right? Hey, Eric, that's great, man. All I need is like 30 minutes. And so it's going to be financial education. So the more questions you ask, the better for me. Okay? Sound good? Yep. Right. So as far as getting together, I'll be with my trainer on today or tomorrow. You're always giving two choices, right? We're going to go through some like basics of appointment setting along with this as well. So take notes, guys, right? So I'll be on with my trainer on, right? And you're focusing on the days that you're planning to try to set appointments, right? I'll be honest with you, a lot of us don't do much and don't work on Sundays. I usually don't either. I am going to open up my afternoon tomorrow. All right. So I'm talking like after church, like probably from like 1:30 to 6, right? Or 1:30 to 6:30. That way there's like an even number of things, or 2 to 7, something like that. But I generally don't, but I will because Melissa's out of town, right? And so when you're setting an appointment, guys, you want to try to get somebody on the calendar within the next 48 to 72 hours. Really, 24 to 48 hours is ideal because the longer out that you set an appointment with somebody, put it in the Zoom chat. Do you think you have a better chance of getting on that appointment or less of a chance of getting on that appointment if it's like far out, right? Like, how much do you think is going to change between now and like 10 days from now? A lot, right? Get them on as soon as possible, right? So ideally, this is like today or tomorrow or the next day, or weekdays or weekends, depending on if somebody's kind of giving you like like the dog and pony, right? Hey, so which one works better for you? And generally, you should be calling someone for a client appointment that has a spouse, a significant other, they're married, right? For you and Jane, right? They're going to answer, hey, got it. So would like morning or afternoon, afternoon or evenings? Now, while you're doing this, like pro tip, real quick, right? While you're doing this, oh, God bless. Let me shrink this guy just a little bit because it'll stay, right? It'll stay with you. Let me shrink that guy a little bit. You should also have up your trainer's calendar. If you're licensed, it should be your calendar. Okay. When we're setting client appointments, guys, they go right here on free financial consultation. Everybody's calendar is going to look the same that you're going to use. If you can see all of these things, where would you put a client? They don't, if they're a client, they don't need a business opportunity. We can't do much in 10 minutes, right? They're not in the business. They don't need an orientation and they don't really need to meet with me. This is like for you guys right here, free financial consultation. Okay. So have this up, and then you'll be able to see what your trainer's availability looks like. If it's blue, you can book it. Look, if it's blue, you can book it. You don't got to call. You don't got to ask for permission. You don't need nothing, right? If it's blue, you can book it. Okay. And so I'm going to leave this up so we can kind of do this like at the same time because we don't need this side, right? So this is kind of how you should be running this. If you've got Spark up and you're making calls, right? You should have this open as well so you can click it and see. All right. So look back here, right? So let's say I want to try to set an appointment for Monday, right? I'm trying to set an appointment with Eric for Monday. And so I say, hey, so listen, I'll be on with my trainer on, so as far as getting together, I'll be with my trainer on Monday or Tuesday. Which one works better for you and Jane? Monday. Perfect. Right. So, hey, so would like 10 or 11 be better? Oh, no, we're not available in the morning. Okay, no problem. So would like afternoons or evenings be better? Afternoon or evening, right? Probably evening. Okay, so scroll down, right? So hey, that's awesome, right? Would like 5 or like 7:15-ish work better for you? Probably 7. Okay, cool. Perfect. Look, I'm gonna right. And then look, is it going to be in Zoom or in person? Obviously, it's going to be on Zoom. Okay, it's obviously going to be on Zoom. Hey, perfect. Listen, I just need your email so I can send over the link and confirmation. What is it? Write it down, right? Write it down, right? Write it down, or it's also you can do it right here because it's going to be on their it's going to be up on their calendar. You can just type it in right now, right? Type it in right now. So I'm going to say Eric, right? janesdoe@gmail.com. Obviously, it's fake. Who cares, right? Hey, by the way, my trainer is going to be joining us, so can you go ahead and add it to your calendar so we can lock in the time? Yeah, sure. Right. Hey, thanks so much for helping me out. I'll see you Monday at 7:15. Boom, done. Get off the phone. Right? Guys, one of these calls, assuming somebody picks up, should take you no more than 2.5 to 3 minutes, like at the most. Because if you're going longer than that, you're dragging it, you're running the risk of like opening a can of worms that you're not ready to answer yet, right? Oh, well, what are they going to ask me? What is it? All these things. Your like default defense, right? Your judo to kind of get out of there easily is, hey, listen, right? It's all financial services. I'm literally just getting started. My trainer is going to go over all of that. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing right now because I'm still so new. Is that fair? Perfect. Bring all your questions. We'll see you on the Zoom call and they'll answer everything. Sound good? Boom. All right. Now, before I go into like the next step, any questions? Let me stop the share so I can see everybody. Any questions about what I've done so far? No? Okay. Feedback. What do you guys think? You can unmute yourself, right? Guys, please, this is interactive. It's just us, right? Nobody's mad. Nobody's gonna like hurt you. Zoom user, can you do me a favor and hold, if you're on your phone, hold down your name or hold down your picture and rename so I know who you are. Otherwise, I'm likely to kick you out just because I don't know who you are. Brittany? Okay, cool. There you go. Yeah, nice. Awesome. So yeah, guys, so like, has anybody played with it yet? Right? Most of you should have set up account. Everybody should have set up an account. Has anybody played with it yet? Just trying to like see how it works. A little bit. Okay, good, good. Okay. So do you think after just like one iteration of this, do you think you guys are more likely to try to make a call or less likely now that you have tools? Now that you have like a live interactive tool? Like, do you feel like you'd be a little bit more comfortable? Hopefully, yeah. So let's talk about like game plan, right? Because if you just pull this up and then you're like, I don't know, right? I don't know who I'm gonna call. Well, you have to do a little bit of plan, right? So we should all have our wedding list, or the beginning of our thousand name list, or our chicken list, right? Like people were afraid to call, or whatever, right? Because if you've been around for a little while, the list has kind of evolved and turned into different things. But if you're brand new, we're usually calling it your wedding list, right? Or your party list if you're not like married or don't have a significant other. The reason we do that is because the people that you would invite to your wedding, right? Especially if they're going to be like in the like wedding party, right? Like bridesmaids, best men, groomsmen, bridesmaids, those sorts of things. Those are really important people to you, generally, right? And those people are the ones that if you asked for help or asked for a favor are probably likely to do it, right? And that's all I want you to think of this as in the beginning, especially. You're just asking for some help to get some training because that's really what you need, right? Guys, look, whether they become clients or they tell us that they're all set is honestly kind of irrelevant. Here's why. If we never get in front of somebody in the beginning for you for training, one, you never see what a client appointment looks like, and you kind of keep asking yourself, well, what the hell am I actually doing? Right? What am I actually doing? How can I help anybody? I don't even know what this is, right? Two, if we never get in front of anybody, nobody in your circle, regardless of how small you think it is, if we never get in front of anybody, nobody in your circle is going to know what the hell you're doing either. Remember, guys, this is a referral-based business. So if nobody knows what you're doing, can you ever get any inbound referrals? Well, the answer is no, right? And so we have a saying on the team that there's only two outcomes of an appointment. I guess three if you really think about it. But the main two is you either learn or earn, sometimes both. You with me? Right? You're either gonna get on an appointment and we're gonna go through it and you're gonna learn something. We're gonna get on the appointment, we're gonna go through it, you're gonna learn something, and somebody's gonna become a client and you're gonna earn a bonus or you're gonna earn a commission, right? Or both. And that's really the end of it. And honestly, and that 30 minutes is legit because if we get on the appointment and in about 30 minutes they're not open to it and they're not moving forward and they're not becoming a client, we're going to thank them for showing up to the meeting. We're going to ask them if they saw value in what you're doing. They're going to say yes, right? Because it's kind of hard not to. If we're talking about saving people money on stuff they're already spending money on, giving them a financial education, showing them how money works, teaching them about insurances and investments and retirement plans, and showing them some information personal for themselves, like their financial independence number, they can't help but say that they saw value in it and that they see the importance of what you're going to be doing. And then as soon as they say that, I got them. Because now even if they're all set and they might be blowing smoke, right? They may not be, but it's like a deflection mechanism. But even if they're all set, I'm gonna trap them. I'm gonna say, hey, great, Eric, listen, I know you're all set, man, and you don't need help with anything that we do, but let's be honest, you see a ton of value in what Angela's gonna be doing and how she's gonna be helping people. Am I right? Awesome. Listen, would you be open to sending her some referrals? Like if you can think of anybody specifically that this would be great for, would you do me a favor? Would you link her up with them and just make an introduction and say, "Hey, Frank, this is Angela. She's doing some financial services stuff. I think this would be a great fit for you, and I wanted you guys to get introduced so you guys could sit down and link up." Guys, that's huge. That's a referral from a trusted source, right? Because if I'm making up your friends, Eric, right? But if your friend Frank gets a text from you that says, "Hey, you should link up with this person. I think you guys would be great for each other." Do you think Frank is likely going to reach back out and say, "Okay, well, I'm super curious, right? Is this like a Tinder hookup? What the hell's going on?" Right? But but that's huge. And guys, listen, that is the power of a hot and warm market connection. Okay. Is before I move, like before I go like next step, does anybody not understand or is like the hot warm market thing unclear? Like, does that not make sense to anybody? Crystal clear. Okay. Well, just in case, right? Cold market is you like remember back in the days when we had phone book, right? You'd open the damn phone book and just like with the white pages and you just pick a name, dial it. You don't know them, right? Bob Schmeckatelli. Cool. Hey, Bob, this is Noah with blah 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 blah. Click. Damn. Next, Mike Schmeckalino. Hey, Mike, this is Noah with blah, 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 blah. Click. Damn. That's how cold calls go. If they even answer in today's day and age, why? Because this little guy tells me who's calling me. And if I don't know the number, I ain't picking up. That's why cold calls don't work, people. It doesn't work. And that's why we use a hot, warm market approach. Okay. So let's go back really quick to this. Okay. So pre-call plan, who are you dialing, right? Pre-call plan, great attitude. So pre-call plan, this is literally like, okay, what am I going to do? Like what script am I planning to use? Because you can sort of like prioritize them. For most of you guys, just stay in the field training version. If you're licensed and you're setting personal client appointments, right? That's really more of like the see what I do script. But for most of you guys, you're new, just stay with the field training script. Okay. So let's go back. Let's reset. Let's go back to this, right? Restart. Now, as we're walking through this, I'm going to get an objection. Okay. Because you're bound to eventually, right? You're bound to get an objection. And when you do, don't freak out. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay. When you get an objection, guys, I want you in your brain to always kind of like default to, right? Take a breath and be positive about the objection. And I know that sounds weird, but when we're handling objections, there's something called affirm, answer, close when it comes to overcoming the objection, right? So let's just say I'm going through this, hey, Jen, how you doing? Good. Awesome. How's the family doing? You guys are great. Awesome. Hey, listen, I'm calling because I'm working on getting some financial licenses. I'm going through a training program. I have to learn how to give a presentation, so I wanted to see if you could help me out with that. And Jen's gonna say, "Oh, well, and she's gonna be like on the fence and boom, 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 right? She's gonna tiptoe around the fact that she's trying to tell you no, but she's trying to be nice about it. Sound familiar? Right? Because that's what's gonna happen. That's okay, right? So when she does that, right? When she does that, she's probably gonna say one of these things, right? Put in the Zoom chat for me, guys. If you've called somebody recently you've uh or you've texted somebody and then they turned you down, what was the reason that they said? Right? What was the reason that they said no or not right now or whatever? Anybody remember? Put in the Zoom chat. Not for me at this time. Okay. Not enough time. Oh, there we go. Right? I'm busy is the other way to say not enough time. Right? So I'm busy. Right? Hey, Angela, thanks for bringing that up. Usually when people tell me that, it's because they think I'm going to waste their time. Is that kind of how you're feeling? Wait, and then it tells you, hey, relax, wait for answer, WFA, wait for answer, right? And then they're gonna say, yeah, kinda, right? I'm just too busy. I don't want to do it. And because then they would get real honest, usually after that, right? And you say, hey, perfect, listen, how about this? Let's meet up, and after like 15 minutes, if you don't like what I'm doing, or if you don't feel like what I'm doing is valuable, we can just stop. Is that okay? I mean, that's pretty like that's pretty reasonable, right? And at that point, they're either going to say yes, and you go back and return to flow, right? Now, obviously, if you use that one and you just said 15 minutes, be smart. Don't say 30, right? Don't say 30. So you have to like, you do have to think a tiny bit, but most of it's taken care of for you, right? But let's just say, hey, man, I'd love to. Like, what exactly is it that you're doing, right? Clarify. Thank you. Thanks for asking. That's also another way of saying affirm, right? Answer. Hey, basically, we're just helping people get rid of debt, save some money on taxes, save money on insurances. And then we help them use those savings for things like kids' college, retirement, starting a business. It's actually pretty awesome. That's why I wanted to meet with you. So what day works better for you? Now, I don't like this specifically because we always want to go yes or yes, right? So remember, if you're seeing this one, so like what day works better for you? Today or tomorrow, tomorrow or the next day, weekdays or weekends. You always want to have an option because if you give somebody something to choose from, they generally will. Think about it, guys. If I say, hey, so, because another way of saying what day works better for you is saying like what's your schedule like next week? And what's somebody going to say? I don't know. Let me look at it. I'll get back to you. That's exactly what's going to happen if you say that. But if you give somebody a choice, right? Today or tomorrow, tomorrow or the next day, they're generally going to pick, right? But now let's go through another objection, right? Because you're like, yeah, fine, whatever. So what day works better for you? Now, a lot of people, another way to like sort of like Heisman, you guys know like the football thing, right? Like the guy's got the football. Heisman, yeah, like stiff arm, get off him, right? Because that's what people are thinking, like get off him, right? Oh, let me just talk to my wife and I'll get back to you, right? So I don't know if spouse will be available. That another way of saying that is, right? Like, let me talk to my spouse, right? Hey, I really appreciate you bringing that up because I definitely want her, him, them to be there. But listen, generally, when are you guys usually together? When are you two usually together? Let's do this. My trainer's super busy and I want to make sure he's available when you call me back. How about we schedule it for blank and after you, right? Because they've probably already told you at this point which one's going to be better, right? And after you talk to Susan, if that doesn't work, call me back and we'll move it. Fair enough? Pretty fair, right? Pretty fair. Handled, return to flow, right? So now if you've kind of already gotten this in here, but you can kind of come back to it too, right? So again, it's not foolproof, guys. Like you still have to kind of interpret the situation and but it's a game changer in terms of having all of this at your fingertips. It truly is, right? It truly is. Okay. So that's for the field training. That's for the new people, right? So Paige, Mia, Nazia, Stephanie, right? Brittany, Chelsea, even you, right? Jamia, uh, Destiny. For people that are new, well, Paige is kind of special because she's licensed, but she's still kind of new, right? As far as like what we actually do. But for those of you that are licensed, have been around for a minute, right? Instead of using the field training one, use the see what I do one. Okay. Same process, just a different script. Hey, how are you? How's the family doing? Right? This is your small talk. What and small talk should probably be 30 to 60 seconds at the most. Okay. 30, 60 seconds at the most. Hey, so the reason I'm calling this, I don't know if you already know this or not. It's on your social media, or it should be, especially if you've passed your exam. I'm licensed in the financial industry. I just wanted to find a time to get together so you and your spouse, right, because they should be married, can see what I do. I'm sure you're probably all set. You're giving them a compliment, but I'd still love to meet. So if someone you know ever needs what I do, you'd feel comfortable introducing me. Would that be okay? Now, another way to sort of like sprinkle in some value there is like hinting at, but if we could save you some money on something that you're already spending money on, I'd at least love to take a look at it for you, right? Would that be okay? Yeah. Awesome. So hey, what day works better for you and spouse, right? This day or that day? Yes or yes. And then got it. Would yes or yes time be better? And if you're licensed and you're on your own, you should have your own calendar. So same process, calendars up, right? It's going to be virtual, right? I mean, Jen, you might have people in Alabama that you would want to meet in person, so that's fine, right? So you can kind of play with these. But for the most part, most of us are going to be virtual, right? Hey, just need your email so I can send over the link for confirmation. And then what is that? And a funny way to like get people to tell you like either their phone number or their email is to deliberately say the wrong thing, right? So hey, yeah, let me just get this in the calendar. Let me just pencil this in, Jen. Is your email still jensutherland.com? Oh God, no, that can't be right, right? Oh, it's jensutherland@gmail.com. Oh, that's wrong too. Dang it. And they're gonna correct you. Now, obviously, you can't screw up the phone number because you're on the phone with them, but you don't need the phone number because you're already on the phone with them, right? Now, something people have told me in the past is, oh, well, no, like I can't call these people on the phone. I only talk to them on Facebook. Guys, do me a favor, pull out your phone, go to your Messenger app, and go to the top. click on somebody's name, and where do you see the little phone icon? Better question, do you see the little phone icon? You know what happens if you click that little guy? It makes a phone call. Craziest thing. I know. It calls them. It calls them. So if you don't have their phone number, can you still call them? Absolutely. And here's a fun little trick. If you send somebody either a text message or a Facebook message and they see it and you get like a red receipt or they respond to you, what's in their hand? So here's a little trick, right? Shoot them a message. See how they're doing. Hey, Nicole, you actually got like 30 seconds. I want to call you. It'll be way easier. Sure. Click. Have your spark up. With me? All right. So that's the basics of it. Now, how are we going to put this into practice? How are we going to put this into application so that everyone starts to feel comfortable with it? One, when somebody new comes into the business, trainers, you're going to you're going to set them up to make 5 calls. Okay. The first call is going to be to you. Hear me on this. The first call is going to be to you. You will give zero objections. You will be 100% compliant and you will set the appointment. The whole purpose is to get somebody comfortable moving through the flow. Okay. The next phone call, you're just going to ask in Telegram because I want it to be somebody that they've never spoken to before. Okay. You're just going to ask in Telegram, hey, who's available for a spark? Somebody's going to respond and they're going to respond and they're going to put their phone number in because it's going to be understood that if somebody's asking for help with a spark, it's a freaking phone call. It's a phone call, right? Who's available for a spark? It's probably going to be one of the other trainers because most of us are generally available, and that's okay. Let them call somebody else. And trainers or whoever picks up the phone for a spark, you're going to be 100% compliant too. And you're going to let them set an appointment. Now, don't actually book the appointment on somebody's calendar because that's futile, right? Or if you do, put in there that it's a training appointment. So if you book it, I can delete it immediately. So you can have the practice of actually booking the appointment. Or trainers have them book the appointment right on your calendar so they get the practice of that's actually a better plan, right? Have them book the appointment on your calendar. And when you're done with it, just delete it. It'll be done in 60 seconds, right? But that way they get the practice of having Spark up, having a calendar up, making the call, writing it down, booking an appointment. With me? And then just leave it. Now, they've just gotten 2 yeses in a row in the span of less than 5 minutes, right? You're immediately going into call number 3. Take a wild guess at who call number 3 is going to be to. Who do you think? Unmutations. Anybody?
Easy
Someone off the
three.
wedding list.
Not just someone off the wedding list, Angela.
The easy 3.
The number one
Yeah.
person that they wrote down. And that number one person is usually either their spouse, their mother, father, their best friend, a sibling, right? Sibling is probably best friend, maybe, right? It's whoever you ask them and they like the first name that came to their mind is the most important person to them. It's the loudest voice in their head. It's the person that they want reassurance and validation from the most, generally, just generally, right? So that's the number one call. Because here's what happens, right? If that's the most important person to them, they probably work with them, talk to them a lot, right? Or they interact with them a lot. If they ask that person for a favor, are they going to say no? Generally not, right? So now they've gotten 3 yeses in a row. Who are they calling next? The next person on the list, right? Guys, we call this your easy 3. Your easy three is probably your spouse, if you have one, your parents, if they're still around, and then your siblings, if you like them, right? And if you don't like your siblings, probably your best friend. Think about it. For those of you that have parents still, have a spouse still, or a significant other, right? Boy toy, I don't care, right? Miss Julia's probably got like a sugar baby she's working on over there, right? And then like your best friend, if you called those three people and asked for a favor, are they going to tell you no? No, they're not. And if they do, you probably should take them off the list. Let's be real, right? The whole purpose, guys, is to get somebody comfortable and make the feeling of those calls positive. Now, trainers, this is going to be a little different sort of like flow and situation than we've done in the past. Here's why. You're going to be with the person while they're making the call because I want them to have the moral support of you there just in case, right? Just in case. And really what they should be doing and what I want us to be doing is be on a Zoom call, right? But have your new person sharing their screen with their Spark and your calendar because it's still up to them to do the work. You're just training wheels at that point. You're not making the calls for somebody because let's be honest, guys, right? For real, right? Like Naziah, Jamia, Mia, like if y'all can't call your mom or your best friend and set that appointment, we have a hard time ahead of us. You got to be able to make those calls. Those are the easiest calls you should ever make, right? And the reason I won't make it for you is because if you can't call that person, you'll never call anybody. Okay. But I'm giving you the tools. We're here for moral support. We're your training wheels, right? We're like the bumpers on a bowling lane. We're not going to let you do something that's going to be outside of what's right. Okay. So that's the format moving forward. Okay. Look, first call is to you, trainer. Stay on with them. You can like turn your cameras off so you have that, right? You don't actually have to call at that point because you're on the Zoom. The verbal is going to be just fine. Use the Spark, right? But have it up. Have them sharing their screen so it's up so you can see them clicking through it. Have it so that you can see that. You can see your calendar, right? Have that up. Have them call you immediately. Go to Telegram. Hey, who's available for a Spark? Somebody's going to answer. Have them call that person. Same process, right? Set the appointment, book the appointment, then delete it. Third call, number one on the list. Fourth call, number two. Fifth call, number three. You don't have to go farther than that, right? Don't like over emotionally tax somebody because let's be honest, most people are not used to making phone calls anymore. Okay. But that's the process that I want all of us to get comfortable with moving forward, especially as trainers, especially as trainers, because you need to show someone how to do this. Okay. And that's going to be a game changer for us. Game changer, I promise you, if we use it and if you do it. Okay. But you have to let somebody get comfortable, and that's why they're going to call you, and that's why they're going to call somebody else on the team, and everyone is going to be 100% compliant. We're going to say yes. There will be no objections. Okay? Zero. All right. Now, like for real, any questions? Raise your Zoom hand first in case there's multiple, right? But like, and if you don't know how to do that, it's at the bottom. It says raise hand. Any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything need clarifying, anything? Anything at all? Zero. For those of you with your camera off, are you even awake? Put it in the Zoom chat. Say, yes, I'm here, right? I'm alive. I don't care what you type. Type a letter. And to be honest, guys, like for real, this is the reason I generally don't like cameras being off when we're doing a training like this. If you can help it, is because what happens, especially on like on an evening or a weekend or something, right? You'll dial in, you'll set your phone down, and you walk away. And you're not paying attention, right? Paige, that's awesome, right? You're plugged in from the freaking grocery store, girl. Like that's commitment, right? That's multitasking. I love it. But but that's like, guys, that's what it takes, right? That's what it takes. It's plug in, like give your full attention. Jose, you're good, brother. Like you just got out of the hospital, man. I'll give you all the grace in the world. You can keep your camera off. You're good. But but for real, guys, like look, and I'm not gonna drag this, right? Like I'm not gonna keep going till 11 just because I said it was, from 10 to 11. If you guys have questions though, please do not hesitate. Use Telegram, right? That is the virtual office. Plug into that, comment there, react to stuff. It keeps it alive. It makes it fun. Okay. But here's like, and I'm gonna leave you with this. Here's the next thing that I want you guys to take away from today, right? Chelsea said it's Saturday and I still look like a bridge troll. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Here's what I want you guys to think about for this Saturday. Where in the heck is my Canva? Hold on. My Canva is gone. Stand by. Stand by. We're gonna have a little competition. Now, it's an individual competition. And so the cool thing about it is that this competition comes with a little bit of a paycheck. All right? A little bit of a paycheck. And so here's the fun thing. Who likes cash? Anybody? Anybody besides me like cash? We do say cash is king, right? And I'm a firm believer that cash is king. So who likes cash? Heck yeah. So check it out. Here we go. I just gave you a tool to help you set appointments. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to incentivize you to set some appointments. Okay. For those of you that don't have an ECBS ticket yet, an East Coast Builders School ticket yet, right? If you set 5 appointments, we're going to take care of your ticket for free. Now, your trainer, whoever you're setting the appointments with, is responsible for these things. And I didn't even ask the trainers, but they're okay with it. I promise you, right? They're okay with it. So look, if you don't have an ECBS ticket yet and you set 5 appointments, right? You're going to get your ticket for free. Trainers, I still have 7, I believe. 7 of the discounted tickets. So if you go on and you're buying somebody a ticket, don't pay the full price. Just text me and we'll get you taken care of, right? So 7 of those are left, right? If you've been around for a minute and you already have an ECBS ticket and you go set 5 KT, kitchen table client appointments, your trainer is going to Cash App you, Venmo you, Zelle you, carrier pigeon, put it in the mail. I don't care. $25. However you want it, they're going to send you $25. Now, let's like ground rules, right? If you're setting appointments, these need to be like legit appointments. So for it to qualify as a KT, guys, they either have to have kids or a spouse. Ideally, they're married, right? Or both. So remember macho, married, age, they're probably between 25 and 55. Now, for anybody from 18 to 70 can be a new life insurance client. Okay. But the sweet spot generally is like 25 to 50. Okay. 25 to 60 if you want to stretch it a little bit. But it has to be a client qualified appointment. Okay. And then if they have a spouse, guys, both decision makers have to be present during the appointment. Set it on your trainer's calendar as that free financial consult, and trainers, you will pay your recruits. Period. Okay. Now, here's the cool thing. You set 5, you get either the ticket or your $25 cash. Okay. If you set 5 more, so you set 10, right? $75. Now, after this first one, guys, you got to give the trainers some grace, because if you go set 10 appointments today and like one of them shows up, is it really fair for them to send you an extra $75? Probably not, right? I mean, just be real. Would you want to pay somebody an extra $75 for a whole bunch of BS appointments that didn't show up? No, definitely not. So trainers, you're going to pay that first 25. If they actually set 10 KT appointments, right? That next week, after a few of these have shown up and you've like ideally closed at least one or two, that's when I'm okay sending that next 75. Right? And then if you set 10 more and you hit 20 KT appointments, 250. Now, for real, that two you like I'm not sending that 250 until we've like actually confirmed and met with at least like 8 to 10 of these 20 appointments, right? Because I've people have done it to me before, right? Nobody's ever set 20. A lot of people have set 5. I've had a few people set 10, right? But some people got over 10 and were getting close to that 20, but like 10 of those were just like flake fluff appointments, right? One of them was like their 17-year-old son. One of them was like their like 800-year-old grandma, right? Like outside of the parameters kind of stuff. And that was on me because I didn't verify and I hadn't set the ground rules up front, right? So expectations matter. Okay. But is everybody okay with this? Everybody's comfortable with this? Does everybody understand? Does anybody need any clarification on this? Good? We good? We solid? We golden? All right. All right. Anybody ever seen the Outsiders movie or seen the musical? My 12-year-old is freaking obsessed right now. And so like stay gold, pony boy, right? Everybody's gold, right? Everybody's good. Okay, good. So look,
Noah, did you
yes.
see my comment in the chat about long-term relationships, just so people know?
Yeah, great,
Like,
great point, Angela. So guys, look, I know plenty of people that have been together for a long time with someone but are not legally married, right? So they're not macho, but they're sacho, they're sacho, right? They're a spouse. They fit the age range. They have kids. Now, the kids don't have to be like minors, right? If they have adult kids, that's okay too. Because then what happens, right? You get on with somebody, right? You show value, they end up probably moving forward, and you show enough value to where, oh man, we need to talk to these adult kids, right? That's just going to lead you to referrals. So adult kids are okay, right? As long as they have them. As long as they have them. Paige, I'm glad you like this. I'm glad you like this. Is this good training, Paige? Right? Because I mean, Paige. So for those of you who don't know, Paige is brand new. She used to work at a funeral home, and so she's licensed for that because she had to sell like end of term stuff and final expense stuff. But Paige, did you ever get any training like this at your old place? Did you ever have tools like this? Did you ever have anything to where you could like and then like the support system like in it like baked in?
Not even a little bit. Like it was very much learn on your own time. Like classes was at home by myself and then would have to go in and like meet with families and stuff. So it was very intimidating.
Yeah, super intimidating. So look, we're going to remove all of that, right? All of that's gone because in the beginning, your only job, guys, hear my heart on this, right? Even if you've been around for a minute and you're still licensed and you're like, I'm not comfortable. Cool. Your only job is set an appointment. Set an appointment, bring your trainer to the appointment. We get on the appointment. Now your job is smile and nod and take notes. I'll do all the talking. I'll do all the heavy lifting. I will do all the work. And so will your trainer. And if you're licensed, you'll get split. And if you're not licensed yet, cool, because you're going to get a bonus and a promotion out of it. That's the whole point. The more appointments you set, guys, the more you're going to get into your market, the more your market is going to understand referrals and what the hell you're doing. And then, right, your odds of becoming independent and being able to close in the future on your own go up exponentially. You see one appointment and you go, oh God, that was hard. That was intimidating. You see two appointments and you go, this idiot says the same crap over and over and over. He doesn't even change the jokes. You're right. Why would I? If I change it, you can't duplicate it. It should sound the same. That's the whole point. Because if it sounds the same, you can do it. And remember what I said on Thursday night, guys? Look, you don't have to be as good as me yet. You just have to get close. Hell, if you're 10% as good as me overall, you're going to make about 30 grand your first year if you get in the field and set appointments. If you don't get in the field and you don't set appointments and you don't take action, all the information is in the world is great and it'll change your mind. But unless you take action from that information, you'll never change a life, including your own. Okay? Listen, guys, I'm gonna let you go. We're 10 minutes early, but I'm gonna throw the appointment setting stuff in the Telegram. Listen, if you haven't made a list recently, let's make a new list. If you're like, hell, I don't even know how to make a list, right? Call your trainer and say, hey, look, I want to make another list. Okay. And then let's do that. And we'll get that freaking going. And then we'll practice with the scripts. Okay. I should see so many comments in Telegram today about, hey, I need a spark. Who's available for a spark? It should be, I don't want to say nonstop, but there should be a pretty good number of people saying, I need help with a spark. Okay. You guys all have my phone number. You can call me. I'm busy until 2. Like I have appointments until 2. After that, I'm kind of free. I'll be around. I don't care if I'm out like at the freaking grocery store. I'm available for a phone call. Don't matter, right? Call your trainer, call somebody, make some calls today, guys. Listen, the phone is not evil. The phone is your friend. I promise you. Because if you're trying to set appointments exclusively over text message, your odds of getting ghosted are exponentially high because it's so easy for someone to say, oh, I'm sorry. I missed that call. I thought I hit return. I thought I hit send on that message to get back to you. I just didn't. Oh, so like 17 weeks later, right? Or they start answering you about other crap and they don't answer the question that you asked in the first place. It's hard to do that on the phone. Hard to do that on the phone. All right. I love you guys. This is recorded. I will get it out after this. But yeah, let's get going, right? Let's get this thing going and let's change some lives, starting with yours. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon. Right. For Mia, Paige, for those of you guys, I'll see you this afternoon. We'll get you rocking. Promise. All right. Bye.